The regular meeting of the Park District of Highland Park is called to order on Wednesday, April 26, 2023 at 6:12 p.m. Is there a motion to allow Commissioner Kaplan to participate by electronic means?
So moved.
Is there a second? Roxanne, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Bernstein, Commissioner Ruttenberg,
Yes.
Vice President Freeman.
Yes.
President Grossberg.
Yes, motion carries. Roxanne, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Bernstein, Commissioner Kaplan,
Here.
Commissioner Ruttenberg.
Here.
Vice President Freeman.
Here.
President Grossberg.
Here, okay. Executive Director, are there any additions to the agenda?
No, there's none.
Okay, do we have anybody from the public here? Doesn't look like
Nope.
it, so you don't have to worry about that. Consent agenda, there are many items on
Move
this.
to approve the consent agenda.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Commissioner Kaplan,
Approve.
Commissioner Ruttenberg.
Yes.
Vice President Freeman.
Yes.
President Grossberg.
Yes, motion carries. Let's have Director Peters come to the front. Oh, she's there. Stuck in under the, that's amazing.
Yeah, some smoke and haze and whatnot. No. Okay, good evening. In your packet and on your screen are the financial forecast and treasurer's report for the quarter ended March 31st, 2021. And we have our operating funds here on the schedule of operations. We can see that revenue at the end of the first quarter is about $500,000 better than where we had anticipated to be. And our expenses are also doing better than where we had budgeted them to be by about $826,000 with an overall surplus of $1.3 million. And we've shortened this presentation up just a bit. So we're really just going to go straight to some of the data behind what's making those numbers and giving us that surplus. We have our conclusions. So at the end of March 2023, Park District programs and facilities were performing better than budgeted. However, the first quarter of the year usually has several timing differences, and it's too early to tell to determine solid surplus data. However, we have a few areas with conclusive positive results that we can show you this evening. Interest income has already exceeded the entire annual budget by $100,000. Youth dance has more participants than budgeted with a $19,000 surplus in revenue. Tennis is showing an $85,000 positive variance due to unbudgeted program overlap and youth tennis camp. Gymnastics had a favorable mini camp and an extra 87 participants, showing a $31,000 surplus. Sponsorship revenue is at $21,000 more than budgeted. Recreation memberships are still going strong with $53,000 more than budgeted at the end of the quarter. And then payroll has $100,000 in savings after the first quarter due to several open positions. However, the bulk of savings and expenses are attributed to timing differences other than those payroll savings. So this places the Park District in a favorable financial position at the end of March, but staff cautions it is much too early to determine where the year will end. Are there any questions?
I just had one about the interest income.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of interest income.
Tuesday, April 25th, 46 seconds, extension 312.
You know, there was a lot of question what's going to happen with this interest rate. So we would never want to over budget our revenues. We did budget conservatively, thinking that interest rates are going to hold or come down. And in fact, they keep going up, and there's rumors the Fed's going to increase them even more. So even our money market account, I literally just got the numbers from the bank yesterday. We're getting almost 5% on just our money market account. And we've also aggressively invested into a CD with First Bank. We've got $1 million over there. We have $1 million PMA iPrime, which is doing very well. So we're trying to aggressively invest in conservative things that we're allowed to do because we're still sitting on the cash. The other thing in the budget, you know, we thought we would maybe start spending at Westridge by this point, and we haven't. So we're still sitting on a lot of cash that we're just trying to invest and make the most of it.
So that's in one quarter, right?
Yes.
Do you change your budget?
We
If
do
you
not
don't- you
amend.
can't,
We're
right.
not even allowed to amend the budget until after 6 months.
Yeah.
And I would not amend it for revenues. You would really amend
Right.
it if your expenses look like we're going to go over by 10%.
But if we were a household And the interest rates remained the same or went up. And we didn't spend that money. We could be looking at another million in 3 months.
I would say another 100,000.
I'm sorry, another 100,000. That's what
Right.
Or a
Order of
million.
Magnitude off a little.
I was like, whoa. I mean, I can't even imagine having $100,000 interest above what we had already.
Right, but keep in
Right.
mind, we have like $34 million, so.
Well, who
you
doesn't?
know, yeah. So it adds up quickly, but after that, we're spending more and more, our
Yeah.
balances.
Yeah, that was just shocking. to me.
Yeah,
Anybody
I
else?
know, believe me, I
That
was pretty shocked myself, so, but no, it looks really.
Okay,
good.
wow, okay.
Let the record show that Terry has now come up with the singular most important sentence this whole year so far.
Yes, who isn't? Who doesn't have $34 million?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Anybody else?
Wow,
Okay.
raise my hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that amazing news. No, bad news. Oh, I did.
Yeah, I said no.
Yeah, and Brian can't hear me. Okay. Unfinished business. No unfinished business. Okay, we are finished. Director, the goal to present Parks Foundation update. Unless, yeah, okay. You are coming up confident.
I'm coming up. She's coming up. Not a ton to report for the Parks Foundation. They did have their annual meeting last week. All of the officers are staying in the same positions. 2 highlights though, well, actually 3 highlights. There is a pickleball fundraiser tournament that is on June 24th. So we're in the midst of planning that right now with the foundation, and there'll be more information to come on that. There are 5 new potential members to join the foundation as well. So a few of them showed up to the meeting last week, and several others, Rafael Labrador, who is the president of the foundation, and I have been interviewing. So it's very exciting. We'll be completely full if all 5 members join. And also the foundation is in the midst of its audit. And this is the first audit that the foundation has had in many, many years. And the reason for the audit is that the foundation raised more than $300,000 in the last year. So it's very exciting news.
Fantastic.
Anyway,
Yes. Question.
The sponsorship income being $21,000, I assume that's foundation related or just.
Park District. So there are separate sponsorships for that the foundation has that are separate.
Oh, I was waiting to ask you, so what contributed to the sponsorships then? What did people?
We have a very good sponsorship representative. His name's Nick Lappin. He works part-time. He has really been working hard to get more sponsorships in.
Or could you give me some examples of what the sponsorships are?
Sure. So, for example, First Bank of Highland Park is a sponsor. Highland Park Bank and Trust is a sponsor. We do have some new packages that he has put together that have been really, fairly positively accepted by different businesses in the community, where we take 8 or 10 different small events and package them together for the sponsors, so it gives them more recognition throughout the community and throughout the year, and those have gone over very well. We sell advertising, so there's advertising in some of our email blasts. We also do the hopscotches that you see out in the parks. We also have banners and dasher boards, and so that's all wrapped into sponsorship and advertising.
Thank you.
Do we put our money in the banks here in town?
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at Highland Park Bank and Trust.
Yes.
And
You doing First Bank too?
Correct.
Yeah.
great.
We bank locally.
What? Bank locally. Good.
When you have $34 million, you look. And I will say, like, organizations like Illinois Born and Joined, North Shore Hospital, a lot of realtors in town, they all have, really had an interest and have done a lot of sponsorship with us. Orthodontists are really big.
Yeah, I was gonna
Dentists
say.
are really big.
Especially for hockey.
Yes, especially, yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Apt is a sponsor. They have done some.
Banner. Are they
things.
Banner?
Yeah, at the Zamboni.
Oh, that's,
Oh, Banner Plumbing.
yeah, not Park. Not,
They're on the Zamboni, aren't they?
No, that was Procon.
Oh, okay.
But we have another potential sponsor, different sponsor for the new Zamboni when it comes in. We'll have the dimensions for it and we'll be able to go back to that sponsor.
nice.
So a lot of new companies, a lot of new people that are really showing an interest in, marketing with us.
Great.
Right.
Okay, thanks. Great news. Again, we're 2 for 2. Executive Director Rome's, the board committee update.
Yes, thank you. We had 2 committee meetings in the month of April. We had a Facility and Recreation Committee meeting on April 12th. And at that meeting, discussed a report from Barry Dunn, who has been in concert with Halliburton Roots as we create a vision for the aging Westridge Center. And that report did an assessment of programming, including the financial and operational assessment as we look at this building and we analyze spaces and where our priorities should be. We also gave an update on the Daniken pickleball courts, the 10 courts that will be, the 4 courts that will be converted to 10 pickleball courts, tennis to pickle. And that will be done by Memorial Day, if not sooner. And then on April 18th, we had the Finance Committee meeting where we gave an update on the proposed donation from the Fontana Pasquesi family to rename Cloverdale Park. We'll give an update to that at next month's workshop meeting. And then we had a 5-year analysis on Hidden Creek Aqua Park and the Recreation Center of Highland Park, as well as a first quarter update on fitness at the Recreation Center of Highland Park. And those are our committee updates. Any
Okay,
questions?
questions on committees? How about directors report?
Yes, I have quite a few updates. First, I want to give recognition, well-deserved recognition to Rebecca Grill. Even though she did retire recently, she has been chosen as the Highland Park Award recipient for the Environmental Award, which she will receive at this Thursday's Highland Park Awards ceremony. So we are very proud of Rebecca and the work she has done for the Park District and receiving this award. I believe that nomination was from Liz and Dan and the Park District staff. So we will be there to congratulate Rebecca. And that is this Thursday at 7 p.m. And then give a quick update on something that is new legislation this year. And I sent an email to the park board and I just want to share it at this meeting. There's new legislation in compliance with Public Act 102-1088, known as the Decennial Committee on Local Government Efficiencies Act. And according to that act, the Park Board of Commissioners must approve a resolution to form an efficiency committee with the purpose of studying local efficiencies and submit a report to the Lake County Board regarding the efficiencies and increased accountability by June 10th of 2023. The Efficiency Committee must include all Park Board Commissioners, the Executive Director, and at least 2 Highland Park residents, which are appointed by the Park Board President and have consensus from the entire Park Board of Commissioners. So we do have a recommended list of candidates that has been recommended by staff and board, which has been shared with the board. And so I will be sending out an email tomorrow looking for additional feedback from the Park Board of Commissioners to help our president make those nominations and get consensus from the board so that we can approve this resolution at the May 24th regular Park Board
It's
meeting.
limited.
No, it's a minimum of
Minimum.
2, so it could
Okay.
have more.
Okay.
But
Okay, good.
2 is our goal, unless the board would like to, or appoint 3 or so. But we have a list of about 8 to 10 right now, and so we will share that and get your feedback. And then we will have until November 24th of 2024 to complete the report, and the major requirement is that we have at least 3 meetings, which are public meetings and subject to the Open Meeting Act with the Efficiency Committee over that 18-month period, and then submit that report. So any questions?
Not for me. Brian?
No questions.
I also wanted to make mention of an email I sent in regards to a collaborative project with the Art Impact Project and the Art Center of Highland Park. So we met with the Art Impact Project in the Art Center of Highland Park to discuss a collaborative project that's being called Knitting Communities Together. This is a multi-community art project. Commonly, it is referred to as yarn storming, aimed at bringing joy, comfort, and camaraderie to the residents of Highland Park and our surrounding communities. So through the therapeutic and community building process of knitting, residents of Highland Park and many surrounding communities will come together to knit and crochet colorful yarn creations over the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then the culmination will be a colorful and collaborative art installation at Sunset Woods Park, wrapping them around the trees. The goal of this is to have them wrapped around the trees the week before Independence Day. And staff feel this is a great opportunity to work with these groups. And it fits very nicely with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, and the Park District is doing a campaign around Mental Health Awareness Month. We are doing lots of promotional activities and communications that are showcasing the impact Parks and Recreation has on emotional and mental health and healing for communities, building community resiliency. And so this fits nicely, doing some community gatherings to do these knitting together activities over the month of May. And then it also fits very nicely into our theme in July, which is Park and Recreation Month. And the theme is Where Community Grows. So it's really all about community and getting together and building that sense of togetherness. So we did reach out to the city forester and our own staff, natural area staff, and there is no concern with wrapping the trees in the yarn for this short period of time. And we've been working with the city of Highland Park on this as well. So if there's any questions from the board, please let me know now, or if you have any comments, happy to hear them. Otherwise, we plan to move forward. Any questions? Okay. Last few things. We had a very productive community volunteer meeting regarding plans for the community picnic on Independence Day that the Park District will be hosting at Sunset Woods Park from 11:30 to 1:30. And we had many community organizations and individuals who came to this meeting, as well as President Grossberg and Commissioner Bernstein, who attended. There were members from Gratitude Generation, the Art Center of Highland Park, Highland Park and Highwood Rotary, the Music Institute of Chicago. And we talked about community activities that would take place during the community picnic. So this event is all about community. The Park District has arranged to have live music and food trucks at the event. We'll have Rod Tough Girls and the Bench Press, who will perform on the main stage, as well as the Highland Park Pops, who will perform in the North Pavilion. And we will have food trucks and then these community activities, yard games, picnic type activities that will add additional value. So meeting went really well, and we have a follow up with the city in a few weeks, and then we have another meeting next month. And that's
scheduled?
it is scheduled. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'm on an email.
Okay. We will make sure that you get on that email. It is the third Wednesday of May, and then there's another one the third Wednesday of June. The only other thing I just want to comment on is that this weekend we have Under the Big Top Dance, which is our parent-child dance, which I believe is sold out. It's on Saturday, April 29th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Rec Center. Very exciting event. We have Chicago River Day on Saturday, May 13th from 9 to noon, where we have lots of volunteers come out and help to clean up debris and trash the preserve and along the north branch of the Skokie River. So if you're interested in volunteering, there's information on our website. And then, of course, Mother's Day comes up in May. We have a miniature golf event on Sunday, May 14th, all day, and a Mother's Day yoga and mimosas from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at Rosewood Beach. So lots of fun, exciting things happening at your local park district. Any questions? Okay.
Brian?
No questions.
All right.
Okay. Any board comments? All right. Any other business
No other business.
from staff or no? Okay. We have nobody here about to read anything to the board. So we will not be going into closed session. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Second.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned, 6:34.